After the age of 50, our bodies undergo many changes due to the aging process in the body starting to accelerate. The most obvious symptoms at this stage are often joint pain, fatigue, headaches, dizziness, memory loss. To improve symptoms after the age of 50, you need to have a plan for diet, exercise, and change your habits. This article will provide more information to help you improve your health when you pass this age. The worst foods for your brain. Dietary don'ts. You've been loading up on colorful berries, nibbling on nuts, and dining on salmon. All good moves if your goal is better brain health. But what about foods that might raise your risk for mood or memory problems, especially as you get older? Find out which potentially problematic items should make fewer appearances on your plate or disappear altogether. Margarine and frosting. These foods, along with many packaged snack foods, are high in trans fats. You may know that trans fats aren't good for your heart and blood vessels. Research has found that they may also wreak havoc on brain function. A study from the journal Neurology found that older adults who had the highest levels of oleic acid, a common type of trans fat, in their blood were the more likely to develop dementia. Soda and other sugary drinks. If you want to keep your brain sharp as you age, steer clear of super sweet drinks. Research has found that people who drink a lot of soda, sweet tea, and other sugary beverages are a lot more likely to have memory trouble. These drinks, which often have a type of sugar called fructose, might even cause certain parts of your brain to become smaller. Alcohol. While a single glass of wine or beer is unlikely to mess with your mind, alcohol directly affects the brain's communication pathways. The more you drink, the more difficult it may be to process new information or remember things. Alcohol may also make you feel confused or depressed. Diet sodas and drinks with artificial sweeteners. If regular soft drinks are bad for you, then sugar-free ones are good, right? Not so fast. Research finds that people who sip at least one diet soda a day are nearly 3 times as likely to have a stroke or develop dementia. Scientists think that artificial sweeteners may be the offending ingredient. Donuts. These tasty treats are both fried and loaded with sugar, a bad combo when it comes to brain health. You get an inflammation double whammy from the deep frying process and the excess sugar. Studies have linked high levels of sugar in the blood with dementia. Even worse, most donuts contain trans fats, another ingredient your brain doesn't need. French fries and other fried foods. People who eat a lot of fried, processed foods tend to fare worse on tests that measure their thinking skills. The likely reason: fried and fatty foods. These guilty pleasures cause inflammation, which can damage the blood vessels that supply the brain with blood and hurt the brain itself. White bread and white rice. Refined carbohydrates, even ones that don't taste super sweet, can spike your blood sugar. That's often followed by a crash, which can make you feel mentally foggy. Research shows that too many refined carbs may increase your risk of Alzheimer's disease, especially in certain people who are genetically predisposed to it. Go for whole grain breads, brown rice, and whole wheat pasta when you eat carbs. Red meat. It's high in saturated fat, which is bad for your heart as well as your brain. In fact, limiting red meat is a key tenet of the MIND diet, a research-based eating program aimed at keeping your memory and thinking sharp. Want a protein source that's better for your brain? Fish, lean poultry, and beans are healthier options. Butter and full-fat cheese. That creamy taste comes at a cost. These dairy products are full of saturated fat. Followers of the MIND diet avoid butter, cheese, and other full-fat dairy. When it comes to brain health, low-fat dairy is generally the healthier choice. You can get milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, and other dairy foods in low-fat forms. Bottled dressings. marinades, and syrups. Read the ingredients on the label carefully. Many of these products have surprisingly large amounts of high fructose corn syrup. That's the same stuff that's in soda. It's linked to a variety of health problems, including memory loss and a decline in brain performance. Try mixing up your own salad dressings instead. Swordfish and ahi tuna. Most health experts are big fans of fish, but the kind they love is salmon and others that contain a healthy fat called omega-3 fatty acids. Swordfish, ahi tuna, and other big fish lose points because they tend to be high in mercury. That's a neurotoxin, meaning toxic to your brain, that may lead to higher risk of memory loss and poorer thinking skills in older adults. In modern life, we are always busy with work, studying, and social relationships. During times like these, we sometimes don't pay attention to what we eat, especially when faced with convenient and tempting foods. But did you know that the foods you consume daily can directly affect your brain health? Let's explore some types of food that seem harmless but can actually be silent enemies to your brain's ability to think, remember, and concentrate. Health care plans for over 50. As you age, your body will change a lot. You should plan to take care of both your nutrition and your physical fitness to improve your health and live the best life possible. Protect the skeletal system. As you age, that doesn't mean you should give up your morning run or morning workouts. It used to be thought that running a lot in old age would damage your knees. But new research on musculoskeletal function shows that morning jogging can help build strength by strengthening the protective muscles that protect your joints. And doing this activity regularly doesn't seem to increase your risk of arthritis. However, if you have arthritis or damaged joints, running may increase your risk. But you can still benefit from exercise. Low-impact activities or gentle activities such as walking or cycling can help strengthen muscles, support joint function, and reduce pain. As you get older, your sex life changes and there can be real benefits. You've been having sex for a while. You're doing a lot better than you were when you were 22. Getting older can help free you from the hang-ups and constraints in your sex life, especially if your kids have moved out and you're on your own. Get a more complete picture of your health by trying out a wearable fitness tracker, logging what you eat on a smartphone app, or using gadgets like a home blood pressure monitor. You'll learn new ways to improve your health and chart your progress. You didn't have the healthiest habits in your 30s and 40s. You may have been eating too much and exercising too little. So what can you do to take care of your health after 50? When you reach 50, you need to change and form good habits that are beneficial to your health. You can start this change by changing your lifestyle in your 50s and beyond with activities like exercising more and eating healthier, and that will make a big difference in your body. You can reduce your risk of heart disease, cancer and bone fractures. In addition, you should also pay attention to sleep as well. Sleep quality when you enter this age. You may sleep less than you did when you were younger. But if you sleep less than 7 hours a night, it can make you tired, your skin becomes bad, and your mind is not clear. You should practice healthy habits. Activities should have a specific plan so that you can do everything scientifically, helping your sleep and activities achieve the best results. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for taking the time to watch today's video. Maintaining health in older age is an important journey that requires special care and attention. I hope the information and advice I shared will provide you with useful knowledge to maintain your health, live joyfully, and enjoy the golden years of your life. Once again, I sincerely thank you for your attention. Wishing you all good health and happiness. Please subscribe to the channel to motivate me to create more informative videos on health care. See you in the next videos.